Okay. Well, we got a lot to talk about. Hello, everyone out there in YouTube world. This is Brian Hall here, and yeah, we've got a lot to discuss. For those of you who are not aware, there are some massive changes coming to YouTube, and I wanted to make sure that people were aware of what's going on. Other creators were aware as well. I'm surprised by how many creators I talk to who don't really understand what's going on, and also a lot of viewers out there who don't know what's going on. And this is something that will affect almost every facet of YouTube, so it's extremely important to talk about. I know I don't normally talk about YouTube stuff on this channel as far as what they're doing on the back end, but this one's too big of a thing to just sit by and not talk about. So yeah, we gotta talk about this. So, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has decided that it was time to relook at some laws regarding Coppa. Coppa is the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. And the whole thing about this, it was enacted back in 1998. And the whole thing about this was to protect kids as they're online, to make sure that they're not giving out their their email, phone number, any sort of personal information without the consent of a parent, or nobody's getting information off of a child as they're on the internet. Now, recently, the rules have changed. There was a Coppa change back in 2013, and now they're working to change it again, but this time, this one's gonna be nuts, y'all. So apparently, YouTube is under violation of Coppa at the moment, which is very disheartening, very concerning, because YouTube has been getting information off of kids. So you guys know the ad that plays before your video. That's how most YouTubers earn their living and their revenue and all that jazz. And it's how they're able to make the content that they are. So there's two different kinds of ads that play before a video. So one is personalized ads and the other is contextualized ads. So the personalized ones is actually actively getting information off of you based on your search history, what you're watching on YouTube, other things like that, to find a product that would best fit you, and it's placing that ad before the video. Now that's the ad that the FTC is very upset that kids are watching, because it is getting information off of them. Contextualized ads are much different. They're totally fine under this. That is where the ad is placed onto a video because of the context of the ad and of the creator, saying, okay, most people who watch this video would probably enjoy product that this ad is promoting, so put it before that, so you're not getting any information on the viewer, just on the content and the creator. So the FTC came down on YouTube, and YouTube had to pay a $170 million fine for what's been going on. Now, the reason why this is only becoming an issue now is because under YouTube's terms of service, you must be 13 or older to even have an account on YouTube in the first place. And that's because the child age, at least here in America, is 12 and under. So 13 and up is considered adult as far as the internet's concerned. 12 and under is all kids. So in response, YouTube made YouTube Kids, and there were some issues with that, but still to this day, it does not show any personalized ads and all that good stuff. But the FTC has decided that that's no longer good enough, and there's too many kids watching on this thing, and YouTube's getting their information from the personalized ads. So starting December 1st, they're going to roll out some massive, massive, massive changes. And now, this is going to affect every kid channel on YouTube. But even more than that, it's not just kids channels. It's going to affect any channel that is deemed to be child-friendly, or anything that is attractive to kids. This can mean anything, basically. And just to show you what I mean, here is what the FTC decides as kid content. Now, if you notice, some of them are pretty obvious, but then you get these that just say, appeals to children. Anything that could appeal to a kid. If you look at a video, look at the thumbnail, look at the title, if there's something that could appeal to a kid, it's considered kids content. I mean, that could be anything. This isn't some little YouTube thing. This is the government saying, hey, we're going to come in and monitor your videos, and if you mark this as not for kids and we think it's for kids, you're in trouble. I'm talking to the point where you can get fined up to $42,000. This is per video, so if you do this with a lot, and they deem it to be such an egregious offense that it deserves a $42,000 one, you are in big trouble. So we're talking anything that has cartoon characters in it, most video game videos, anything that has like toys, anything that's got, even if you're like a toy collector and you're doing it for adults, you're going to be considered kids because there's a toy in it and a kid might click it. Basically, if your content looks like something a kid might want to click on, something to an outside source would look at that and think, oh yeah, that's going to be attracted to a kid, you have to click a new switch that says this content is made for kids. And if you do that, you will lose personalized ads starting January, which may not seem like a big deal because you're like, oh, you still get contextual ads. Yeah. Personalized ads make up 60 to 90% of the revenue for most YouTubers. And on top of that, if you mark your video as a kid's video, or even you can mark your whole channel as a kid's channel, which, spoiler alert, I have done because based on the FTC rules, all of my stuff would be considered kids content. So if you mark your videos as a kid's video, you now lose all of this as well. It hasn't started yet, but come January 1st, all of this will go away on any video that is deemed for kids. So that's basically what's going on. This rule is enacted to protect children, but in all honesty, it probably won't do it to the degree that the FTC wants this to happen. Now, the FTC wants to protect the children's information, which I think is wonderful, and I do agree we need to protect the information for kids. But at the same time, the way that this is being acted out and the way that this is going through is what this is really going to do is going to destroy any type of kids content that's left on YouTube. And some of it will persist for a while. Who knows, maybe someday down the line we'll get a new system that kind of works throughout everything. But as of this moment, if things could progress the way they are, so many family-friendly channels and people that are actually making content that is safe and good for kids to watch are leaving. A lot are leaving right now. What this is going to do in the long run is really discourage creators from making family-friendly content that is safe and appropriate and good for children to watch, and instead are going to be either morphing into something more adult so that they don't have to mark their stuff as kid-friendly, or they're just going to leave the channel altogether and either go somewhere else or just quit. So eventually, kids who are still coming to YouTube, because let's be honest, kids are going to keep coming to YouTube forever. They're not going to stop until YouTube quits its platform. They're going to have nothing for them. It's going to be everything that's too inappropriate and too adult for them, and they don't need to be seeing that, because anything that they're going to be interested in is basically going to be gone. Now, for my followers, I've had a lot of people who know about what's going on have talked to me and just said, what's the future of the channel? What's going to happen, Brian? What's going to happen with what you're doing? And right now, the plan is to continue doing YouTube. However, there is going to be a big change. Now, as much as I love doing YouTube and I don't just do it for the money, I still need to pay rent and I still got to get groceries. So I am stepping back dramatically from YouTube. I'm not stopping, but I am stepping back. Instead of doing 1 to 2 videos a week, it's definitely going to be pushed back much more. So instead of this being my full-time job, it's more like either a part-time job or just something I can do in my spare time. Unless we get to January and find out that it's not as bad as it looks, but as of this moment, this is like, yeah, I need to go get another job and go do something like that. Now, is there anything you can do to try to see this change? Is there anything you can do to make sure that the content that you want to see is going to still be on here? There is some stuff that you can do. Now, this new version of Coppa hasn't officially been 100% enacted yet. Now, YouTube has already started to roll out some changes, but these are not set in stone. So here's what you can do. The FTC has very generously extended the length of time that the general public can go in and talk about this to them. And that's where you guys can come in. We, as creators, any of us that know what's going on, we're signing this petition to do everything we can to let the FTC know, look, we get it, this is a problem, but this is not the way to do it, because all this is going to do is destroy kids' content on this channel. And that's just going to make things worse for the kids. And then you're in a whole new slew of hot water. So you have until December 9th. You can actually go to the FTC website and submit a comment. Now, when I say submit a comment, I mean something about why this is either bad for the kids. This is where you can share stories to them about how family-friendly creators or something has impacted you in a very positive way. This is not a place just to get mad at the FTC. Be civil and be very mature about your comments. The more we can show them that they're making a mistake, the more likely they are to listen. I know this was kind of a long, rambly video, but we had some stuff that needed to be addressed, so go sign the petition, go right to the FTC. Let's see if we can do something. Let our voices be heard, just to let them know that we see what they're trying to do, but by taking this away, it's actually gonna make things worse for kids. If you want to know more about this, go to J House Law's YouTube channel. He was a family-friendly creator who found all this stuff out. He used to be a practicing lawyer who has now gone and talked to YouTube and to the FTC and is actually lobbying us YouTubers to the FTC at the moment. If you go over to his channel, he's got videos that's updating you as the process of what's going on, and he's actually where I got most of this information to begin with. So the links to all that are in the description. J House Law's YouTube channel, to the FTC so you can write a comment, to the petition that's going around. If we do this, our voices may get heard and we might be able to save this for future kids. And if you want to support your family-friendly creators now and they make content that you just really want to keep seeing, there's some ways you can help them right now. Go to their Patreons. Get on their Patreons, or if they have something similar, there's ways that you can help them financially to keep going and to keep doing this. Because honestly, every creator should be scared right now. Not just the kid ones, but any creator that makes anything that could be associated as kid-friendly. Go support their stuff, buy their merch, do all that. That's the best way that you can help them, and to go sign this petition and do all that. There's no guarantees what's going to happen come January 1st, and I honestly believe if things don't change from where they are now, a lot of channels that you know and love will either be gone, or we'll end up like my channel, just pushing back dramatically the content that they're putting out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let's fight to save YouTube. And I'll see you later. Bye!